Hi! So, today we are standing in front of my closet. It's actually kind of a disaster in here. I'm hiding clothes piles behind me. There's baskets on the floor, and all of this is just completely disorganized. All that to say, I cannot function like this anymore. I have to organize my closet, and so I've been planning this for a while. But that got me thinking, I haven't actually done a closet clean out, like a proper one where I go through all of my clothes in quite some time. I've gotten rid of items here and there over the years, but it's been quite a while since I've actually done this, so I thought I'd pair the two concepts together, right? I'm gonna go through all my clothes, my whole closet, organize, try on things, get rid of stuff, and overall hopefully systematize it in a way that works a little bit more efficiently for me. I have gotten in the habit of just shoving clothes wherever, and I want to get back to everything having its proper place and whatnot. So before I get into like actually trying on clothes, going through what I want and don't want, I think I want to organize everything. I already kind of started with this dress part. Originally I had the dresses facing like the opposite way, so I've organized them going from sleeveless dresses all the way to sleeves, and I worked on some of my cardigans a little bit too. But my plan is to move all the skirts and then have this whole section be like tops, jackets moving all the way to tank tops and blouses, and this will be dresses, skirts, shorts, whatever. And then here I have some pants and t-shirts, little tank tops and things like that, sweaters, and then I have like little drawers full of bags and stuff. And I do have a dresser here. I'm currently sharing this with my partner. Originally we did have two dressers, but only one of them was able to make it upstairs, so we're just sharing this temporarily. So for now we're just gonna kind of ignore this. It's mostly like pajamas and stuff anyways, but my plans for the future is to take some of these clothes here that I wear more just like for comfort or casually and move those into a drawer so they're taking up less closet space, because I want these to be like my everyday clothes. I'm gonna wear these out types of pieces, I'm gonna style these pieces, and overall I just want to minimize what I'm looking at a little bit visually like up here. So overall I think our focus for this video to tackle most of my clothes. I don't know if we'll get to everything because I have laundry scattered in baskets and whatever. At the very least, organize what is in here and to set aside some pieces that I know I'm not really going to get use out of anymore. So I'm trying to think of anything else I can say to procrastinate from getting started on this. I'm dreading it a little bit, but I know I'm going to feel a lot better once it's done. I function better, feel better when things are organized a certain way. So I know by the end of this that all of it will be worth it. So it's going to be a little bit of a journey to get there. Without further ado, let's get into cleaning, organizing, decluttering. So I made some progress, but then I realized that I forgot to film before shots. I do that a lot. I'm working on it. I'm sorry. So there's actually no footage or image to compare my closet to before, other than what you saw previously in the background. But I will explain to you what I did. Up here I didn't really film because I couldn't really film. For now, my shorts are at this top row. Here I have some layering pieces, like different polos and tube tops, some tank tops. Here I haven't really organized yet, but it's t-shirts, pants, sweaters, jeans, some extra stuff down there. I haven't touched any of these shelves or any of this, but I got all these dresses done. I organized the skirts. I'm still not sure which way I want these to face, but for now it's really functional like this because I can just pull apart and look. I got these hangers the last time I did like a closet related video, and it's really useful for organizing things if you have a lot of like a specific item. So if you have like a collection of maxi skirts, this takes up a lot less closet space as opposed to like hanging them individually or folding them in a drawer or something. Plus the way that it's like kind of paneled like that, you can see a little bit of each fabric and kind of go, oh, I want this one or that one. The dresses and skirts. Here we have like jackets, outerwear, I guess, hoodies, a couple turtlenecks, all my cardigans and like over pieces. And then we move into blouses, button-ups, crop tops, tank tops, that sort of thing. And I organized them by color as best as I could. This section is predominantly black, and then I kind of based it off of silhouette shape, just like what looked the best. For now, this is so much better. I feel like I can pull things apart a little bit better. And the fact that a lot of this like clothing pile has shrunk down, I have a lot less anxiety now looking at the space. So I still have like unfolded laundry clothes I have to put away. Everything is like very disorganized. So we're gonna work on just storage, organizing, kind of in tandem with also like pulling out pieces, trying things on, getting rid of certain things. There's already pieces that I know I haven't touched, and other pieces that I've kind of put like a mental note on, like, okay, if I don't grab that by this time, let's reevaluate that piece. So I've been having those sort of thoughts for a while. So I might just kind of start grabbing those pieces out and not go through it like by type. We might kind of pick and choose as we go, and we might try some stuff on, but a lot of it I know will be staying, and a lot of it, like I said already, I kind of know I don't want it anymore. I definitely don't have the energy to try on every single piece of clothing that I have in my closet, you know, and hopefully by the end of this video you're motivated to go through some of your things, remove things that aren't helping your life. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like a sense of renewal will be good for me right now. So I pinned my microphone to my shirt. I don't know how well it's going to work, but there's already a few pieces that I know I want to get rid of, so I thought I would just show you them and walk through my reasoning quickly on why I'm getting rid of them. First is this phone purse. Still pretty cute, honestly. I like the color and the print and like the hardware and metal stuff. It's just not very functional. I've had this since I was a teenager. I don't know, now I'm looking at it, I'm like, do I want to get rid of it? Because I've had it for so long. But yeah, the chain is so long. I'm short, it hangs very low on me. I don't like the way it looks when like you tie knots on things. And I don't know if I just want to hold on to this just because I like looking at it. So for now, we're going to pull it out of my closet. And with all of these things, what I'm going to do is just like put them in paper bags for now. And then I'll decide where everything is going later. But to start, I'm just pulling things out of my closet. I'll sit with the decision for a little bit, and then I'll make sure I'm comfortable with getting rid of it and then decide where that's going. Next piece I'm getting rid of, sadly, is this Urban Outfitters sweater. I got this a while ago. I want to say pre-2020. And it was one of those like used clothing purchases. I'm not sure if it's like with Newly or something like that. Sometimes you can buy like used clothes on Urban Outfitters, and I'm pretty sure that this was the case for this. It's so cute. I love the colors. I love that it's fuzzy. I love the print. I even like how the colors look on me for the most part, but it's just too like stiff and tight and restricting for me. I feel very uncomfortable when I wear this. I can't move my arms very much. And for somebody with a different like build, this might work for them better, but I do have like broader shoulders. Yeah, it's just not a comfortable fit. This is also very, very thick, even though that is good for keeping you warm. I get overheated pretty quickly just as much as I get cold. So having something this thick on, I'm pretty much guaranteed to like have like a hot flash at some point and like want to rip this off my body, especially inside, you know, when there's that difference of it being cold outside and then warm inside. This is just not a functional piece of clothing for me. I don't feel good when I wear it. It creates all kinds of sensory issues. So even though it's cute and I love it and I love looking at it and all of that, I cannot wear this, so it has to go. Next, we have this kind of mesh top, and I am a little bummed about this. I did kind of have intentions to alter it, and it is still really pretty and cool, but as I've been babbling about throughout this video, I am a procrastinator. I still have DIY projects that I started like over a year ago that I have not finished yet. The idea that I'm ever going to get around to like truly altering this in a way that I like and fits me is just not realistic. I don't have the sewing skills to do what I want to do with this, and so it's just going to sit there, and I'm not going to want to have to like tie it and manipulate it in all these different ways every time I want to wear it. Ultimately, it's just not my size. I'm trying to be honest with myself about DIY and projects and all of that. I'm not going to get around to this, so I think I'm just ready to let it go and have somebody else have it. It's really cute, and I think other people will get more use out of it. As with most of these pieces, most of these clothes, you know, are still in great shape, so hopefully other people can enjoy them. Next, I have this polka dot top. This is from Old Navy. It's super comfortable. The fabric is nice, but just for some reason, I hate it on me. I don't like how it looks. It's not like even particularly ill-fitting. It just does absolutely nothing for me. If I'm gonna put on a top, there's like basically any other top I would rather wear, but this top is not for me. My next piece I'm getting rid of is this yellow skirt. Again, so cute. I love the bow. It almost looks gingham, but it's actually textured. and it's like a pinstripe sort of, and hem is like a little bit raw. And this looks like Y2K to me a little bit, or 90s. Cotton skirt, super cute, doesn't fit me right. It's like kind of in between a high rise and a mid rise, but it like gaps and there's space in the back. It's also like a little bit sheer. Just all the combinations of things going on. I just don't find this skirt wearable or something that I reach for. It's really cute, but it deserves to see daylight. And be worn. Somebody else will rock this, I think. This one I am pretty sad about because I was excited to find all three of these tank tops. If you watched my other videos and previous thrift hauls I've done, I've got this in a set of 3, but they were all different prints and colors. I really love this print and colorway, but I didn't notice at the time when I bought it that there was this like stain here, and I have no idea what that is. It could be anything, but the way that my brain is in my certain blend, I guess, of neurodivergence, I find it like impossible to wear this with that spot. Like, I've convinced myself it's blood. Probably not blood. Maybe somebody else can get the stain out or they're not bothered by it, but I just know that I'm going to avoid wearing that until the end of time, so I might as well just get rid of it now. And save myself the trouble. I hate that I'm annoying weird like that. Sometimes I just am, but sometimes there's just things like that and I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. So we're gonna let that one go. So it is a brand new day. I got sidetracked and distracted, but we're back to the task. So my scattered laundry, all of that still remains an issue. But for today, I thought we would just start with going through my closet and picking out some pieces that I think I'm ready to say goodbye to. But let's get right into it. First piece I think I'm ready to say goodbye to is this dress. It's in perfect condition. There is honestly nothing wrong with it. It looks fine on me. I think the color and print complements me well, but the silhouette of it is pretty specific, and I'm just not sure that this is me anymore. This is why I've been avoiding making this video, because I struggle sometimes with saying goodbye to things. I don't know, I feel like I have 2 moods where I'm like, get rid of everything, or I struggle a little bit. But I've had it in my head that I'm gonna get rid of this forever. I don't really reach for it, but looking in the mirror, I'm like, oh, it's a nice dress. But the reality is that I just don't wear this. I have had it for a while, like, I don't know, around at least a handful of years. It just feels like a different era of my life, which is maybe why I'm feeling sentimental toward it, but it's not something I really see myself wearing a whole lot of now. But it is a great dress. Whoever gets it next, I hope enjoys it. But yeah, like I said, it's just not totally me anymore. And so out of the closet it goes. This one, I'm not quite sure about. Again, it's a gorgeous dress. It is in perfect condition. There's nothing wrong with it, but it does feel representative of a time in my life. And like the red dress, I got a lot of use out of this. My biggest issue with it, why I think I don't reach for it more, is that I think the dress needs to be a little bit smaller. The way that the sleeves are, it falls down a lot. It kind of drives me crazy after a while of like having to constantly adjust it. But at the same time, the color and print is really nice. And I do like the sheer sleeves. Again, kind of like the red dress, I'm like, I don't know if I want to like get rid of it, just because I'm feeling a little sentimental toward it. But this dress like isn't totally me anymore. Again, it's something I wore a lot of for several years, and so you kind of burn out of pieces, I guess. But then it's like I'm hesitant to get rid of it because like, what if I fall in love with it again and I like it just as much as then? But honestly, I don't know how realistic that is, like I said with the sleeve issue, because that definitely keeps me from wanting to wear it more. I think for now we'll pull it out of the closet. This dress, again, you can kind of see the overlap, I think, with this dress and the other two. I guess my biggest issue with this one is it's actually a little bit tight. It fits very well. In some areas I can kind of deal with the tightness, particularly around the sleeve part. It's really tight on my arm and I always find that really uncomfortable. And it's a little bit tight on my chest as well. The print, I just don't know if I'm like crazy about it, or the color. It just doesn't like excite me a whole lot. I don't really have a lot of strong feelings towards this dress. There are a lot of pieces I have that I feel like kind of indifferent toward now, because they were kind of stepping stones, I guess, to get me to where I am today with my style. But again, not totally convinced I want to get rid of this one yet, so we'll just pull it out for now. This dress I'm definitely keeping, but I just wanted to show it to contrast it with the other ones. It's not tied on the top there, but that also goes into a little bow. But if we're talking like floral baby doll mini dresses, if I'm gonna reach for one, it's probably this one. I love the color on me. It makes me happy to look at this piece. And again, it fits me really well. It still has that sleeve tightness a little bit, but it's not nearly as bad as the black dress, I think. And it's a little bit roomier in the bust as well. The only nitpick I have is that bottom slip is like sticking out as the dress itself shrunk. I did thrift it like that, so I don't mind it too much, obviously. I also had to like reattach one of the strings because that was loose too, which I also noticed and was fine with. But outside of those things, I still think this dress is in great shape. But like I said, if I'm gonna grab a floral baby doll dress, it's probably this one. So this one will absolutely be staying. But that brings me to this dress, which I'm unsure about, which again is pretty. Clearly I was definitely into some particular styles at the time, and I still enjoy all of these dresses. I just think that I'm a little bit more specific about what I like now. And florals in general are something that I've worn a lot of my whole life, and I don't want to have like too many of the same item just repeated in my closet that I'm not really reaching for. Another issue with this one is, again, it's a little bit tight. It fits me well everywhere else, but particularly in like my midsection, it's quite tight. This dress was also damaged when I got it, which I did not know. And I try my best to sew it up. Like the way the material is, you can only do so much with that. So I've tried my best to rework this piece, wear it, style it, and it hasn't worked out for me super well. I feel like if I breathe too heavily, the seam in the stitching would pop, because that is what happened the last time. I've already repaired this like 2 or 3 times, I think. So someone who's just a little bit smaller than me could wear this, and I don't think the sewing would be an issue there, but for me it is, and it's not something I want to keep having to worry about. So it is kind of unfortunate that this piece didn't work out how I thought it would, but for now I am going to pull it out of my closet. Like I said, we'll go through everything later. My next piece that I'll be saying goodbye to again is another bummer. I really like this dress. I think the print and color is really cool. It's very art deco. I love that dramatic V shape. It's a slip dress. It's like midi, borderline maxi length on me, but the sizing on this does not work for me. It fits me well like everywhere else except the hip region. An issue, I have all the time being short is like things fitting me appropriately height wise and like my proportions, but I also have to take in account my hips. And this dress makes absolutely no accommodations for them whatsoever. So basically the dress fits nice and loose on top, but then the middle part, it's like the fabric gathers because there's not enough stretch in my hips, so it's just like excess fabric there. And I've tried to work with styling that. I never end up being like a huge fan of it. So even though it pains me to let things go because of reasons like that, I think I have to. I know I don't like how this fits me. But yeah, this dress, it just doesn't fit me properly, and so I don't ever grab this. So this next dress I actually got recently over the summer, but I struggled with the fit of it then, and I'm certainly still struggling with it now. I have worn this out several times. I did get a lot of wear out of it over the summer just because it was so dang hot. I didn't feel like wearing hardly any clothes at all. And it's so pretty, but I just don't love the way it fits me. I really don't know what the heck my body type is, and none of that stuff should matter anyways. Certain silhouettes I'm just realizing I don't like super love on me, and anything that has like too much emphasis I think up here and then falls like straight down doesn't necessarily like compliment me the best. So when it comes to styling this, I feel like always kind of awkward in it. It looks the best styled alone, but I don't have the confidence to wear it out like that, and so I'm definitely keeping it. I just think I'm gonna move it to like my actual pajama drawer and pull it out of my closet rotation to see how I feel about it. But I want to hold on to it. I still like it. It's pretty. Maybe I'll change my mind in the future. But for now, I think I'm just going to actually use it as it was intended anyways, I guess, as like actual loungewear, pajama wear. So keeping this, just don't think I'll be wearing it as much. This piece I'm very conflicted about. It's extremely cool. I love the kind of asymmetrical pocket detail. I love this patchwork on the back. I have no idea what this brand is. I've never heard of them, but I thought this piece was really cool. I remember finding this at Plato's Closet a while ago, a handful of years ago, but I've hardly worn this. It again fits me weird. The straps are too long. Some parts of the dress are too wide, but then some parts of it fit. So again, it's just that constant struggle of, well, this part fits, but this part doesn't. I'm not totally sure. I do think maybe we should try this one on. Okay, so I have the dress on. You can see what I mean here by the straps. It gaps quite a lot in here. It just fits kind of weird. It's like it just like hangs there. But then it like fits me nicely in the hips, and I have my camera up a little high, but the length is like kind of mini. It's like, it's a bit lower than my fingertips, but if the straps were adjusted like that much, I think it would fit a lot better and look a lot better. But the material is corduroy and it's like very, very thick. So I don't know how easy this will be to work with, but I guess I could potentially cut a slit maybe and move the button up. I don't know if that could fix the issue. If you think that will work, let me know. But if not, I think I want to let go of it just because the way that it hangs like that really does bother me, and I'm not going to wear it because of that. I guess it was just kind of an oversight on my part when I first thrifted it, because the fit everywhere else is good. It's cool. It's a really unique piece. I love the pockets. Perfect for fall and winter. But yeah, it's just the straps are really off. Yeah, if it's able to be altered easily, let me know. But if it's going to be too difficult to work with these straps, then I think eventually I'm going to have to let go of it. I've clipped my mic for now, but I wanted to show you these two dresses because I think I want to get rid of this one because I wear this one more. This dress is a little big on me, just like in the chest area. So for that, I feel kind of conflicted because I like the way that this one comes up a little higher and I don't have to worry about it falling down at all. But this dress is more comfortable because it's just looser. And this dress isn't uncomfortable. It's not comfortable, but I don't love like the elastic waist. I don't love like a ton of pressure like on my stomach area. So sometimes I think I kind of avoid it for that reason. These strings are also kind of like a little bit messed up and I could relace it, but they're kind of worn and I don't really love the beads on the bottom. I guess you could always replace that with something else. But I love this dress for styling purposes. It works great for different aesthetic videos and things like that, but it's just not something that I wear a lot in my personal life. Whereas this dress, I would gravitate to grabbing this a lot more. This is like a throw on and go kind of dress, and they are so similar. But like I said, I really don't wear this one as much, and so I'm gonna take it out of my closet. This one will stay. I love having like lazy dresses like this. This one is a little bit more fashion forward, but I don't know, for some reason I just don't gravitate toward this a lot. But we'll add it to the pile. So we've got another Old Navy piece. It's just funny because I'm realizing how much I've thrifted them, but a lot of their stuff I'm kind of mixed on because on one hand I think the quality is pretty good and I feel like they take into consideration like actual human bodies when it comes to sizing, and there's like never not been an Old Navy piece I've put on that like wasn't physically comfortable to be in, and this dress is no exception. It's so comfortable. I have worn this a lot over the past year, especially on warmer days. Like I mentioned with the black dress, it's a grab and go kind of dress. You just throw it on and it is pretty and cute, but it's just going back to the floral thing. I don't know if I'm just moving away from that because it has been something I've worn a lot of over the years, and this is a great lazy dress, so I'm debating holding on to it as like pajamas. And it's not that the print and color are bad, like I think it's cute for somebody, it's just not totally my thing. Like I love it as an art print or like a bed sheet. I'm just not sure about this dress on me. It is completely shapeless, you know, which isn't necessarily a problem. It's just very like meh, like while it's on. Sometimes the looseness of their clothes, it's a little too much and it doesn't fit my body like in a way that I love. I'm gonna take it out for now. I might hold on to it to lounge in, but moving forward I don't really see myself reaching for this dress a whole lot, so we'll pull it out. Okay, so this next dress I was definitely convinced I was gonna get rid of just because I wore it a lot. Again, have had this for years and it was always like a go-to throw on summer dress for me, but I don't super love how it fits. It is pretty worn. A lot of this top portion like kind of folds when I wear it, but I do like the shape. I like the cutout in the back. I think the color and the shine and texture is pretty. It isn't like the best quality fabric, but you can tell that this piece was very loved and worn before me and then I loved and wore it even more. I don't love my clothes necessarily looking super shiny and new, but I don't want them to look like they're, you know, falling apart either. So I have kind of avoided this dress, but maybe I do want to try this one on just because I'm not totally sure. Yeah, it fits exactly how I remembered it fitting. We're kind of similar to the green dress. It's just not doing a lot for me. Kind of just a blob of fabric, but I'm glad I tried it on. Now I know for sure. I do think overall it served its purpose, but it's not totally me. I think I'm okay with saying goodbye to this one. I'm gonna go through a few more skirts before I take a break, I think. But we have this skirt. Again, nothing wrong with it. Great quality. Fits very comfortably. I don't super love the print or color. There's nothing like offensive about this. It just doesn't excite me. Kind of like the florals and the polka dot top. It's just not a piece I'm gonna grab because it doesn't do a lot for me visually. And I think I had a habit of thrifting items that were like kind of safe, where I'm like, okay, I want to try patterns out and different things, but I don't really know what I like yet. I think a lot of these micro patterns aren't always my favorite. I like the fit and the shape and silhouette, but the waist is challenging to style, and I don't super love how it looks to like hang things over it either. So all around, I think I'm just ready to let this one go. Again, decent quality, wearable and cute for somebody. It's just not for me. I think I have styled it a handful of times. I did get wear out of it. It's something that I haven't really wanted to put on in a really long time, and I was never really like super crazy to begin with about this piece. This skirt was totally a thrift fail. I got it online and it did look warped in some spots, but I thought maybe it was just like a positioning issue with like how it was on the mannequin. No, it turns out the zipper is just completely messed up. There's like holes and different things that need repaired, and the waist is kind of weird and stretched out. It's like fits, but it like bubbles out, and there's a lot of things like that where the fabric just like bubbles out everywhere. Originally, I really liked the color and print, but you can kind of see what I mean. It's like you think a lot of that texture would disappear when it's on, but it doesn't, and I don't really know if that's something I can fix. I have tried to style it a few times and I just covered up some of the damage with like a longer t-shirt or whatever. The waistband, it just kept turning around and spinning around the whole time. And I've had that happen with a few skirts recently, so maybe I just need to start belting things. I don't know what the problem is for that. The clothes might be a little too big, I guess. Yeah, I had that issue with this skirt. And I don't know if I just want to cut cut my losses. I do think it has potential to be altered into a shorter skirt. Again, I don't really have sewing skills. Like I can do basic hand stitching. Maybe I should invest in a sewing machine eventually and learn, but I am kind of scared of them. And they're also pretty expensive. So what I had in mind for this, since I can't really do any of that, like a true thrift flip, like turning this into something else, I could like take safety pins and alter it. Maybe go for some kind of Vivian Westwood punky sort of like tiered layered skirt where I could take pieces and pin it up like that, if you can kind of envision what I mean. So I'm gonna pull it out of my closet for now. I might hold on to it and just experiment on it before I decide to get rid of it. That's probably the route I'll take for this one. But we made decent progress. I'm gonna take a break, get some lunch, go for a bike ride because it's really nice out. And we'll pick this back up at some point. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. With me, who knows? So it's been a couple days, 2 since I filmed the last part. I dyed my hair. I kind of abandoned the original plan I had. I was gonna do streaks, but then I just got impatient and covered my whole head. But I think it's cute. The demi-permanent dye had faded. All the colors from my hair previously had faded quite a lot. It's a fun little pop of color, I think. But off camera, I did quite a lot. When I sat down to edit, I realized, you know, how long this video was gonna be. And so I do have to condense some things and not show you like every little piece, or else we'd be here for like 5 hours. But as you saw, you know, I did all this part. Today we're gonna pull some things out of here and see what I don't want. But I did go through all of these shelves. I also pulled out some things that I didn't want. I went through my purse drawer as well. I have some bags pulled to the side where we'll deliberate and make our final decisions later. But I did catch up on my laundry. So most of my items are clean, like 99% of them. Yeah, so this is most of my wardrobe. I do have like some dresses and like fancy stuff I did for videos hiding in other closets, and my shoes are in a different spot. For the most part, this is like most of my everyday wardrobe. I think we'll attempt to go handheld, show you some of my organizing a little bit more up close. So on this top shelf, I just have shorts. Moving down, I have different layering pieces like tank tops, polos, camis, strapless like tube top things. Here we have like long sleeve t-shirts, short sleeve t-shirts, just a stack of t-shirts, not organized super well, but I try to fold things kind of like I'm at a store so I can see up close what I'm looking at. I switched to clipping my mic because that's easier, so if there's a sound quality change, that's why. But I tend to fold things like I'm in a store so I can just lift up and see what's there. And I just like seeing everything. I think it looks clean and organized that way. But I carried it all through my pants, sweaters, and then down here are some jeans. This I just have some hats in right now. This is mostly purses. Here the floor is fucked up. I do have to fix that. I do live in an old house. But down here, eventually I want to have like a few more buckets, you know, clean this up. Ideally, I'll have another dresser to like kind of move some of this stuff to. But for now it works. All my tops ranging down to cardigans, down to sweaters and jackets and stuff. And then all my skirts, kind of similar to how I fold things. And I did show you this before, but it's easy because you can pull it back and kind of see everything you're looking at. But now I have all my skirts and dresses. Over here we just have like tights and scarves and stuff. Yeah, that is most of my closet. Yeah, we will be fixing all of that. But for the most part, I think it looks a lot better than when we started. So that's pretty much like my organization system. I have some shoe racks with shoes elsewhere. And then like I said, this is just loungewear, pajamas, stuff like that, workout clothes. So I guess that means we need to go through a few more pieces and then we'll go through and do our final deliberations and whatnot. I'm gonna pin this back to my shirt again. So this is a top that I attempted to DIY. It didn't turn out super well, but I measured when it came to the length of the ribbons. And I also don't like that they're kind of shredded on the bottom. The shirt has not been like very wearable for that reason. So I think if I am going to attempt to make this piece work, I need to replace the ribbons. So this is a piece I think that needs like some more reworking. Like there's just a couple random things I'm holding on to just for the sake of like experimentation. But I think this one definitely needs some more work. So whenever I get around more DIY projects, I think this will be a part of that. This top, I think I might get rid of. I really just don't reach for it super often. Whenever I wear it, I feel like it's just kind of meh. It's not a bad piece. I'm just like not very excited about it. I did stitch this flower on myself, and I do think it adds to the excitement a little. I don't know, I'm not gravitating toward it, really. Maybe I should try it on real quick. Yeah, so here's part of the problem with it. The bust comes up a little bit high. And again, as a petite person with some curves, I need to be a constant struggle to find things that fit like my proportions and also accommodate for those parts of me. It's not like super noticeable. The cut of the top comes up here. My actual cleavage is like way down here. Really, it should be like that. But like I think it looks fine. It's not like super noticeable. Yeah, I just don't think it does a whole lot for me personally. So I think I'm ready to let this one go. This piece, another just complete fail. So it's just a plain black top, and honestly it looks cute, it fits fine, nothing extravagant, you know. It has this nice like ruffle detail and buttons. You can actually like close it at the top, quite vampiric and everything. But there's this like stripe, I don't know, I think it was caused by like bleach or detergent or just like wear and tear or something like that, but you can see it going across there. I didn't notice this at all when I was in the thrift store. The lighting there can like disguise a lot of things. Sometimes you take a piece home and you're like, is this even the same fucking thing that I just bought? It looks completely different than when you had it at the store. I didn't quite notice it when I was trying it on either. And I tried to cope and tell myself, because I noticed it when I was editing. I'm like, it's fine. I don't care about that. But again, I'm just like very weirdly particular about just odd things. This is one of them. I know I'm going to avoid this top now because of that. And I don't care enough about it, to be honest, to like go through the effort of like dyeing it black to get rid of that, which maybe is shitty on my part. I don't know. I'm just trying to manage my task load a little better and be realistic and honest with myself. I didn't know the stripe was there. I just don't feel like messing with this piece. So for me, I just don't want another piece of clothing added to like my undertaking, especially if I have other black blouses that I think I would just reach for more. Clearly I haven't been reaching for it much since I got it, so it kind of sucks, but I don't know. I think this one was just a flop. So we have a Battle of the Puff Sleeve blouses. This one's from Forever 21 and it's matched with these hearts and bow details, and it's honestly very cute. The problem is it's not the most comfortable piece of clothing. It's not like super uncomfortable either. The combination of the mesh and polyester and just like where it sits itches me a lot. I also find this like band kind of itchy and tight, and it is slightly tight on my bust, but it's wearable. It's one of these pieces though where I'm hesitant to get rid of it because I wore this so much. But I haven't reached for it, and I don't know, I don't think I've reached for this in like maybe over a year. I think there's just other black tops now that I have and like more. I feel like this top was almost like an introduction into mesh. Now I actually have a couple of cool pieces, like lace overlay pieces, that I think I would just gravitate to more. I might try this one on just because I haven't worn it in so long. This one though I haven't worn either. And I know the reason I avoided this one a lot is top is Wild Fable and it is in medium. I find Target sizing not always super consistent. Like, it depends on the pieces. I find a lot of their bottoms can be quite tight on me, but when it comes to dresses and tops and stuff, I'm like a small, extra small. So I think even a small would be better. I've convinced myself like only a padded bra looks good with this. So maybe I'll try it on and see. It could fit me differently. I haven't worn this piece in so long, but I have held on to it because once again, I used to wear the crap out of this and you can like tell how worn and loved it is. I think I paid maybe $5 for this thing too. I like this one a lot more actually than that one, and I feel like this one is so much more versatile, but maybe we'll just try on both just to get a better idea of how they fit. Okay, here's our first top. Again, it fits me kind of how I remembered. I like it for the most part, except it's just a little loose, and you can see my bra, but it's not like bad when I bend over. It's just that like really bothers me. I don't know why. I think it's because the cut of the shirt, it doesn't look super intentional, but I don't like pulling it like super high up either. I like to have it kind of resting there. It is a comfortable shirt though, and I do think it's a good layering piece. Like I said, I haven't worn it in forever, but I do want to hold on to it because I feel like I could definitely continue to stretch the life of this piece. Again, it's just a basic, but I think combined with the right pieces, it could still really work. Here is this top. Again, it's like no logical reason for me to dislike this. I just don't like it anymore. Like, if it's okay, the pattern's cute. It's a cute top. Would pay no mind to it on somebody else. I think it's just spent enough time in my closet. I have worn this a lot, like I said. This was like my favorite top for years. And I've had it for a while, handful of years. And it's still in good shape, honestly. I think it's a flattering piece. It goes with a lot of things. It's just like not my cup of tea really anymore. And the itchiness is definitely still there, like I mentioned. Just fighting through it while I talk through this. Yes, itchiness, style, I think those two things are gonna have me saying goodbye to this one. So this top I'm so conflicted about. I'm wearing it with a bra, so I'm not completely naked on the internet. I don't know, the fit is just a little bit off. This side works, but the sleeve is a little tight here. I feel like this ruffle comes up just a tad high. I don't know, I think this is a really intriguing top, and I think it's really beautiful. It's like a clothing piece that I love looking at it on the hanger. Never really looks right when I style it. I always struggle to style it. I mean, you could do something strapless under here, but it's still like awkward. I truly feel like this piece looks the best when you're just like completely nude under it. I don't feel comfortable doing that in public necessarily. I think if we lived in a different kind of world and I don't know, people weren't scary and weird, I like would experiment more with something like that. I don't always want to have to worry about that, you know? But that's not reality. So going out with a sheer top without a bra is something like, I don't know if I have the courage to rock. Even on the internet, I don't think I have necessarily the courage to rock that. Like, I can wear tank tops and stuff with it, but it just doesn't look as good. And that sleeve part really does bother me. And this one is sad to let go of because I love this piece and I wanted it to work out really badly, but it just doesn't really fit me properly. And that whole sheer aspect, the bra situation, I don't really see a way around that. And I don't see this top being like realistic for me. I probably need to let it go. Okay, I'll let it go. This tank I am a little conflicted on. It definitely looks better when I wear a different bra. This one is a top I would opt for like my bralette. And I have tried the blue top on with a bralette. It makes it better, but the problem is still there. I don't know, I just think the color like doesn't really do a whole lot for me. It might wash me out a little bit. And I like this tank top. It's really functional and nice for summer. I don't know. I think overall fit could be better. Color could be better. For now, I'm thinking I'm leaning towards maybe just letting this one go. This top I used to wear a lot of. When I thrifted it, I got a ton of use out of it. I wore it a lot in the summer. I remember wearing it to a concert once, but the bra issue is kind of similar, where this top is see-through, so I have to wear something there probably. This one's not as bad. I feel like I could get away maybe being braless, but it's still pretty sheer. A bralette would look better, but still not great, you know? I don't know, I'm a little conflicted about this one, but I think I'll hold on to it for now. Here's another top that I'm just like very meh on, and I'm realizing actually that I don't really like these kind of slippy lingerie tops. I think I like them better in concept and they're beautiful to look at on the hanger, but most of the time when I put them on my body, I'm just not a huge fan. I don't know, something proportionally about the way a lot of these tops are cut. Again, I think I'm a little pale for this tone. It like washes me out a bit. This is J. Crew and I'm pretty sure this is silk, so it's like a nice top. I don't know, I just don't really see myself reaching for this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna let this one go. Another top I'm kind of surprised to see I'm contemplating because I wore this so much. Another Forever 21 piece. And this one's a lot more comfortable. I don't have to wear a bra with this one, and I like that. My arm is a little red from pulling the clothes on and off. I'm fine. My skin is just very impressionable. I have broader shoulders, so sometimes I have to like fucking rip shit off of me. But anyways, I don't know. This top is like, it's fine. It's just that thing where it's like, I've worn it so much. And not in a way where it's like you have those pieces that you love and love and love and love. You get kind of burnt out from specific ones, especially if they have a specific look quite like this. I think the puff sleeve and peplum are like kind of trendy styles. I still think both styles are cute. It's just like a lot of trendy things, I guess, combined into one top. It makes it feel, I guess, a little bit youthful for me. I don't know. I just think like the age that I'm at, I'm feeling kind of a shift. This definitely feels like a certain era of Kendall. I'm not sure it's this one. I think we'll take it out of the closet, see how we feel. I do think sometimes these bows are annoying too, even though they're really cute. It's kind of limiting, I guess, with what you can put on top of the top. So this top is probably a no. This one I think is a no too. I also DIY'd this one. Again, so these little roses on there, and it looks fine. I think it's cute. I'm not gonna bother ripping it off. It's like a very cheap thrifted tank top that I did this to, but I don't love this style on me. Again, I'm just kind of now realizing that I never ever reach for this. Like when I do have these pieces where I'm like, okay, I'm really gonna try to style them, I force myself to style them. The other black top with the rose and the polka dot and this one, I never end up feeling like totally comfortable or into the look, and I know it's like because of that one piece. So I think this one will go as well, and then we're gonna try to speed up through the last few pieces. Okay, so this top I think we will hold on to. I think it's almost like a combination of the two because lacy and black, but it's also peplum. But it's more peplum in kind of a nice like baby doll kind of way. I do need to try styling this one a bit more, but I do feel like this is a little bit more my vibe. I feel like I can mix and match a little bit more with this one. And I don't know, it just fits me proportionally, suits like my body better. So I think I prefer this one. Also, I changed my mind. I do think I'm going to get rid of this one actually because I don't reach for it. And I don't know, it doesn't fit me super well. And I really want to work on accumulating clothes that fit me well. Got good wear out of it. I think I'm ready to pass it on to someone else. So I'll keep the one I'm wearing, let this one go. This top I'm not sure about, so we'll try it on real quick. Okay, here's this top. I'm a little mixed on this one because I think the fit of it is pretty good. The fabric is not the most comfortable thing in the world. And again, me with these like damn elastics, I'm like pretty particular about some of them. And like the ones on the sleeves are fine, they're loose. It's like this one like cuts into you a little bit. I think it's just like very plain by itself and it needs like extra layers and things. I think it is just kind of a layering basic. I do find this like more wearable compared to like some of the other puff tops and those like cutie tops I tried on. Again, it's like I love looking at this top. I think it looks cute with clothes. It's just on me. I don't know why. Color is a tad off. I do think I could dye this one, but also do I want to? Maybe for now we hold on to it. I think I did decide I'm gonna get rid of this one too. I feel so bad about this because I desperately wanted this to work. Again, I love looking at it. It's so cute. And this is actually like vintage. Whoops. Look at that tag. Yeah, every time I find vintage at like Salvation Army and places like that, it's usually very cheap. Yeah, I don't know. Again, it's like it should work in theory, but it just doesn't. It is that vintage sweater material, so I'm not super crazy about that. The way that it sits and fits on my body is quite difficult to style. And I have styled it in cute ways before in the past, but just like those other tops, it's like I have to really like be like, I'm styling this and put it together, and then the whole time I'm like, this would be better if I was wearing something else. This one I feel like I've tried what I've could with it and it just doesn't work out for me. So I'm ready for someone else to have it. It is like pristine vintage. I don't know if I've ever seen like a white piece of vintage look this white before. Yeah, amazing quality. Love the stripes and all those little details. I don't love how I feel in it. I don't reach for it. And so I think I'm finally ready to let it go. Okay, just put on a fresh t-shirt. There are definitely pieces in here that I'm still kind of mixed on, but I want to give them more of a chance. Let them hang out a little longer. I'll try to style it. I do think I made some decent progress. I made this a lot more functional. I can see most of my clothes now. I have like better awareness around the pieces that I'm not so sure about, pieces I'm contemplating and questioning. So the next time I decide to do this, I can do that, or just like pull out the pieces as I go, you know? And so I'm happy with the progress. I'll tilt it down a little so you can see the floor. Didn't do a whole lot of organizing. I just, you know, kind of shoved it in a box, but it works for now. Like I said, eventually I'm going to figure out a better storage system, but I do think that that is enough for this video, to be honest. And I don't want to prolong it even further. So let's go through the bags and I will show you what I'm keeping, what's going to go in storage, and some pieces I might hang on to experiment on a little bit. So that concludes our closet clean out. I have about 2 paper bags full of clothes, and I finished all this organizing. This is most of my clothes. Like I said, a few pieces are still running wild and hiding somewhere. I'm glad that I did this. I feel like it just looks cleaner, more organized. I can see more things in there. A little less panicked when I go over there because I had built up, you know, weeks of this habit of just shoving new clothes in the back, and so it was all disorganized. Not new clothes, but clean clothes. And then getting dressed was like really frustrating to me. So I hope that this is easier for me now. You know, I'm definitely one of those people where if I'm struggling, it definitely reflects in my environment. Start small, give yourself little tasks. You don't have to do it all in one day. I did this over the course of like 3 days. But if you've been wanting to do this yourself, take this as your sign to just start it, rip the band-aid off. You'll be so glad that you did it. As draining as it can be a nice thing to do for yourself. And all around, I'm just excited to have a nice, clean, organized closet to pull from. So yeah. I apologize if this video was like really disorganized and chaotic. I tried my best. And I'm sorry if you couldn't see everything because the closet is positioned kind of at an odd angle. Still figuring out like how to film in the space that I'm in. But I think I have blabbed sufficiently. This video is already going to be pretty long. So thank you so much if you watch the entire thing. But try out what other YouTubers do where they ask you to drop an emoji in the comments. What emoji should I choose? Let's do the unicorn. If you watch this whole video, drop a unicorn. I'm going to go crash on my couch now because I'm tired. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.